Hey folks, I'm Corin Spicefreak Sloss, and as you may be able to guess, I'm recording this not long after my last pizza video. I've still got half my pepperoni pizza left, and I've got an entire box of Crazy Bee's hot sauce to try on it. So, let's crack it open, shall we? We have a sticker from them, which I will set aside and display somewhere in the future. We have their leaflet telling us all the different varieties they make. A jalapeno and date, a scotch bonnet and Caribbean spices, a chipotle and pineapple, a habanero and tomatillo, a ghost pepper and mango, Trinidad scorpion and clementine, and a Carolina Reaper and blueberry. But that's in their main line. Today we're going to be trying a few different ones. They're super hots. So they show you the full range of those on the back of here, but I'm not going to mention those right now because I'm about to get them out of this box instead. So we're going to start with their Superhot Fatali. This is the yellow Fatali specifically. It's a citrusy one. It's not quite as citrusy as the lemon drop, but it's not too far off. And this particular sauce contains 50% Fatali chili, white wine vinegar, coconut flakes, freeze-dried pineapple for extra tropical tang, salt, vitamin C or ascorbic acid, and stabilizer, which is guar gum. They're vegan and the bottle's apparently recyclable. So, crack this open and give it a go. I do like the colour, I do like the visible texture. They rate this 3 flaming skulls out of some amount of flaming skulls, probably 5. That smells tangy. I can smell the vinegar on that, but also something a bit more tropical. Probably the pineapple and coconut in here. Let's give it a go. Oh geez, that just plopped out. Right. So I'm going to set my plate aside for the moment. And there we go. So some of you might not like the idea of putting pineapple or even something with a tiny bit of pineapple in on a pizza like this. But the sweetness and acid from it pairs well with the acid of the tomato and helps cut through the cheese. It does make sense from a culinary standpoint. And it's not bad here, but I don't know, I feel it's a bit sharper than I'd like. But certainly not a bad sauce. Have a little bit more on the crust. So I can't really taste any of the coconut in there. It's probably just adding sweetness to help balance out the sharp spirit vinegar tang. It is spirit vinegar, right? No, it's white wine vinegar. I guess it's the added ascorbic acid then that's doing that. But you can definitely taste the Fatali in it. That strong yellow chili citrus with a little bit of woodiness. It's not bad at all, but it's a bit too acidic for my tastes. And it doesn't go quite as well on pizza as I'd hoped. Just trying to think what else I'd do with this. A little bit of it in most other tomato dishes will probably work quite well. I reckon some curries will really love it, not so much the red ones, but maybe a lighter Thai one or a dansak I'm very fond of, that would go nicely with this. Also, would help to put it in something rather than on something to mask that strong acidity. Heat-wise, it's pretty high actually. It's one of the hottest Fatali sauces I've had. I'm thinking that might even be worthy of a 5. Which is normally reserved for ghost pepper and above. So, let's grab the next one out of the box. This is their ghost pepper one, their Superhot Naga. What's in this one? Naga Buchalocchia chili, 50%. White wine vinegar again. Ginger, which is a good pairing. Garlic for extra richness. Onion powder. Madras curry powder, which contains mustard, and they give you that as an allergy warning. Then also contains salt and vitamin C. The vitamin C is the lowest thing on the ingredients this time, so there's less ascorbic acid in here. So hopefully it won't be quite as sharp as the last one was. Right, give it a shake, crack it open. Oh, that does smell wonderfully curried. Really deep red curry smell to it. Plop some of that on there. If this doesn't go well with the pepperoni, I'll be amazed, because it does smell like it's going to go great with meat. Probably going to go great with your sausages as well. And I'm not just saying that because it's German. There's a bit of a sourness to it that I'm not that into, but the spicing is great, the richness is great. Gives a really nice undertone to what is almost a savoury chili ketchup. It has none of the tomato in it, but it's spiced relatively similarly. And it's got a deep, rich, red, cooked flavour. And it does have that acidity in there as well. Aside from that bit of chili sourness it has to it, I like that a lot. But it is also a very high 5 out of 11, maybe even a 5.5. So I'm going to have a little bit of this hot chocolate I prepared earlier, in the hopes that it helps. Though actually, while the milk and the sweetened condensed milk I put in this white hot chocolate is very helpful, the warmth of it is not. I'm suffering a bit right now. I will say though, that they put a heat rating for these on the back. They claim that the Fatali one is 125,000 Scoville, and the ghost pepper one is 250,000. This does not taste double that to me. That Fatali one was very hot, super hot even, so the ghost one isn't enough hotter to qualify as double, I don't think. But don't get me wrong, it is a very hot ghost pepper sauce, and you can see I'm suffering. My nose is streaming. My mouth is burning and it stings. So I might go a bit easier on the third one, the Superhot Reaper, the 5 flaming skulls out of 5. I'm going to shake it well before use, as they say. This is 50% Carolina Reaper. Then contains white wine vinegar, Creole spices, which is interesting, sea salt, mustard powder, not as part of another ingredient this time, but on its own, garlic, oregano, thyme, and guar gum. That does sound like a pleasant spice blend, leaning towards what they did for their Caribbean sized Scotch bonnet one, but not quite the same, which is interesting. And probably none of the what was it? Celery. Let's give it a sniff, see if we can find out. Okay, that smells very sharp, very savoury, and like it's going to have a lot of chili sourness to it. Almost certainly going to get those green herbs coming through. Don't know how much I'm not going to like this one, just because I'm smelling that chili sourness. And it's come out in one big blob, but I'll try and spread that around a bit. Tear the tip off my pizza and dip it in that. Just try and even it out a little, so I don't suffer quite so much up front. Oh, that's sweet, that's fruity, that's good Reapers they've got in there before the sourness kicks in. And the sourness actually isn't too bad. So far, I'm liking this more than the ghost pepper one. This is going to go in soups and stews. It does go quite nicely over pizza. It'll go on various darker meats. I reckon it'll go into a lot of the more red curries that the Fatali one wouldn't. Heat-wise, I have had hotter Reaper sauces, but it is up there and it's kicking a lot now. Oh. Maybe I was wrong about having had hotter. This is a 10 out of 11, what I would previously have called a 10 out of 10 before I found hotter than Reaper out there. So I'm not going to finish this slice because I'm suffering a lot already, but it's not a bad sauce. It's not for lack of quality. It's just because it stings like mad. Ow. Oh. Oh. So in the last video I apologised to Lord Grimm, Alex, my usual guest, for not letting him try that sauce on camera with me. This time, consider yourself lucky, Alex. This is exactly the sort of sauce that you would hate. So strong, such a stinging burn, and the flavour, while nicely spiced, is very little but chili. Ow. So this has been Rosie B's whole set of super hot sauces. Thanks, guys. Gonna end the video there before I get too dizzy to continue.